Robert Reen Jr., the man charged with murdering 21-year-old Jordan Reen, will be arraigned in court later today. The incident took place on Lapham Street in Rochester last Thursday. Robert, the older brother of Jordan, is charged with second-degree murder after Jordan was found with a gunshot wound and pronounced dead at the scene. Police say he turned himself in Friday. Officials say the arraignment will take place at 9:30 this morning.
If the name in the news report you just saw and heard about Rochester's latest homicide, which happened over the weekend, if that name, Jordan Reen, and the name of the man who was arrested for his murder, Robert Reen, sound familiar, well, they should. It's the same last name. That's because Robert Reen Jr. chased his young brother, just 21 years old, out of their home on Rochester's northwest side and executed him. Now, when I say the word executed, there's a reason why I'm using that term. This wasn't just a, heat of the moment argument where somebody was maybe defending themselves and someone had a gun and somebody, fired a shot, just one shot. No, this is much different. Robert Reen Jr. basically chased his brother, again, only 21 years old, out of the house they lived in and shot him not once, not twice, but at least 3 times. In fact, he shot his brother in the back of the head, and as his young brother lay on the street bleeding to death, he shot him a second time in the neck. But as if that already was not enough, he shot his young brother a third time in the back. Absolutely disgusting. And another thing that's absolutely disgusting is the fact that Black Lives Matter will not protest for this young man. Black Lives Matter will not hold a march for this young man. Black Lives Matter will not denounce this young man's execution by his own brother. Just think about that for a moment. Think about it. And now think about why I continue and will continue to call out the hypocrisy of Black Lives Matter, as well as all these other so-called activists and so-called protesters who claim to stand against injustices and claim to, believe that Black lives really do matter. I'm a Latino. I'm a father of 2 Black and Latino children. Absolutely, Black Lives Matter. But how come, according to these groups and these so-called movements like Black Lives Matter, how come they only seem to matter when it's a cop taking that life? Absolutely disgusting that you won't see or hear any outrage from anyone for this senseless execution of this young man by his own brother. Absolutely disgusting.